Sunshine is saying, I'm late, but I'm getting a lot to rent out spots to food truck owners. She's in Dallas, Texas. Is this still profitable here to your knowledge? Yeah, Sunshine. I mean, I think that that's a great opportunity, right? I mean, if you've got a solid location that has foot traffic or high visibility, that's very easy for food truck operators to set up, I think that it would be very attractive to them. Now, I'd be curious to get your thoughts on that, Chad, because I would imagine they can't pay very much.
Yeah, see, that's the tough part, right? Is everyone kind of talks about it's commiserate to like what you're selling on your food truck, right?
Right.
And then it goes back to like, you only have so much ability to create revenue out of a food truck. You can only store so much food to be able to sell for money, right? So there's definitely some limitations. So I think, and a lot of the folks in the food truck business are in the food truck business because they don't want to pay rent.
Right.
Right. That's why they're like, I can, and they almost get like the little old sailor pirate. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just going to go out and work the streets, and not
They are pirates.
Yeah.
They're food pirates.
Hey, nothing wrong with the food truck people. We love you.
No, I think it's great.
But yeah, I mean, that's why they're kind of in a food truck, right? They don't want to pay rent. And so, yeah, you might be able to get a small amount from him, but it's not going to be a lot.
Yeah, Sunshine, we've looked at doing this several times on just vacant lots that we own after we bought them, took them down or whatever, because, why not? But we always decided that the headache of getting a lease put together or something like that and then finding the tenants and then having to deal with them, it was just never really worth the amount of money that we were going to collect. Now, one thing that we are doing is we're looking at, we just took down some land, and as a gesture of good faith to a restaurant here in Nashville that unfortunately had to close because their building's getting torn down, we told them they could operate their food truck essentially for free on one of our properties until we develop it, but we're going to make them pay for the lease or the licensing agreement. That way it's no cost to us, no cost to them, but it's tough. I mean, I love the idea, and I know that food truck courts do well. But just trying to program, it's a lot of work.
Agreed. And, it's kind of like pop-ups, right? We don't charge friends and community people to do pop-ups at our restaurant,
Yeah.
We're closed on Sundays.
Come do it on a Sunday.
Yeah, come do it on Sunday. We're not going to charge you, We just want to make sure, you're someone that's trusted to us and, we have a relationship and whatnot because we're essentially giving you our space. But I'm not looking to get like 3% of sales or $500 for the night, because I know that the folks that are doing a pop-up are not going to be making that kind of revenue that can really generate something to pay. Plus, I just like the good community will aspect of it. You know what I mean? It's just
and it's just a cool new experience somewhere that people are used to going already that is totally different.
Yeah, and it also, I mean, if you don't think it's marketing for your own restaurant, then you're probably missing something too. Because just having people in your space, even if it's not yours, not your night cooking for everyone, it's not a bad thing either.
It's the same reason that YouTube creators or podcasters go on each other's shows. You're opening yourselves up to a totally new audience, and it's mutually beneficial for everybody.
Right.
I mean, how many people now know about SS Guy? I know you own SS Guy,
Yeah.
but you guys did that. You had a pop-up for SS Guy on a weekend when y'all weren't open. So how many people now know about that concept that may not have otherwise known about it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's why you do it. When we first came to Nashville and we were building out East Side Banh Mi, that's exactly why we did pop-ups around town and dropped off family meal to other restaurants and things like that. It wasn't about driving revenue at all.
Yeah.
Doing those pop-ups wasn't about, I mean, it helped a little bit, but again, you're not going to make it rich off of doing these pop-ups where you're bouncing around town and schlepping and doing all that stuff. Yeah, there's probably some people that actually do make a really good living off of it, or enough to, start saving up or pushing for the next step. But the reason we did that, and we popped up at East Nashville Farmers Market and Jackalope, the ranch. Where else? We did one at Chopper. It was really just to get in front of people and feed people and get them to taste the food. It's more of a promo thing. We never thought of it as driving revenue.
Yeah.
It was more just like, hey, let's cook for people. Let's meet people. We're in a new town. And, I always recommend that.
Yeah. I mean, that you guys did such a phenomenal job of that, being the newcomers. I mean, you're like the most established group in Nashville now, which is funny to think about. But yeah, Sunshine, I mean, I think it could be a very viable business concept. If you have the connections to the food truck industry and you're willing to go out there and work it. because they do need a space. You know, what I've seen that's been very successful on that front are the commissary kitchens that allow people to leave their trucks at overnight as well, because every food truck has to have a commissary kitchen and they have to park overnight and plug in. And so, you know, not everybody has that at their house or whatever to be able to do that. So, I mean, that could be an option there if you build a commissary kitchen and then kind of create a food truck court right outside of it.
Yeah, good idea. That's a great idea.
Be interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not going to charge you for that.
Yeah, exactly.